All right, perfect. So, the first thing first, guys, I really, really, really would love to thank you for giving me something which is quite precious, I believe, to each one of us, something we do not ever get back. And I'm not speaking about your money. I'm speaking about the time that you've decided to give to me, which is your almost 3 to 4 hours of your life's precious time that you decided is worth giving to me. I'm absolutely thankful to you for that because I value my time a lot, and I truly know that you all also value it a lot. So, like, really thank you that you thought that, I can help you out in any way possible when it comes to money blocks in your own life. And I'm sure that each one of us here is going to gain a lot from the next 3 days. That's my promise to each one of you here. So let's just set quickly, very quickly, a few rules that we are going to follow in the next 3 days. And since a lot of you are, speaking to me for the first time or listening to me for the first time, so you don't know me in person, I will just introduce myself in a bit. But first things first, let me first tell you that I am a very fun loving person in general, and I do not like taking things too seriously, my life too seriously. And I would really encourage you also to be non serious for the next 3 days. I know we all are from different backgrounds of our life, different situations, facing quite many difficulties, probably. And that may be the reason that we are here. But if we can also have fun for a while together, I would really encourage you to do that. Let's be energetic and let's interact as much as possible. And when I say interact, since we just have 3 hours or 3.5 hours together, it's not like we will be able to speak in person, but be interactive as much as possible on the chat, please. Because the more energy you will display, the more energy I will also gain out of you and should be able to give back to you all. So let's be interactive because I am going to speak a lot of things to you and I'm going to ask a lot of questions out of you. So don't just consider these 3 days as another motivational gyan that you are listening to, that you just have to come, listen, and go back. No, life doesn't change that way. Motivational videos are actually the worst sort of videos if we really, really, really want to grow in our life. That's my take on it. Unless and until you take that motivation, make it a part of your life, and do something about it, actually. Right? So let's be interactive. Let's take action. Okay. I will every day ask you to take at least one action, which I would really urge you to take. Right? And let's also be not rude to each other. Let's not judge each other because when you will be, and I have kept the chat open so each one of you would be able to read what the other person is writing. It's not just to me. So basically, don't read and judge anyone that what is she or he facing in their life. They are nowhere, or we are somewhere. Let's not do that to each other. Okay, the world is already judging us a lot. Let's at least not judge each other here, and let's be supportive. That's it. Let's have fun. Let's be energetic. Let's be interactive, and let's be supportive of each other. So, to let you know of the timings, today, tomorrow, we'll be together for like almost 60 minutes. And on the third day, I would let you know of the advanced EFT techniques towards the end. So, I would need like 15-20 minutes extra if you could give that to me on the day three. So, 60-60 and 75 to 80 minutes on day three. That's how we are going to be together for. And I'm sure you would be more than ready by the third day because you would have known a little bit more about me by then and would be able to give me that opportunity to help you all that much. So, to let you know a little about myself, you already know my name is Sonal Vadhwa. I think a lot of you would have seen me either on Facebook or Instagram, but since we have not interacted personally, so I have been a part of, like, just a second. I don't know why the screen is showing. You're able to see my screen, right? All right, perfect. There was some glitch at my end. Yep. So I belong to Meerut, which is in Uttar Pradesh. I was born to a middle class family, but just recently I got to know from listening to Ankur Wariku that, I mean, in India actually the middle class people are a little below the salary that at least my father used to make. So, but yeah, I have been calling myself a middle class person since a very long time. And I used to stay with my mother, my father, and my brother, who's a photographer and 6 years younger than me. And right now, I'm staying with my husband and a kid who is 1.5 year old. I've worked in, like, I completed my engineering in the year 2015, and I have like an experience of, let's say, almost around 9 years of working in companies such as PwC, KPMG, EY, Atos, which is service based and consulting companies. So yep, I have been an SAP auditor by profession, and I was never like I am today when I was in my childhood. I was a very shy sort of a person and belonging to a very mediocre family and going to a convent school. Fortunately, all my friends, or I would say the girls around me, I studied in a girls' school. So were quite rich as compared to the family I belong to. So I was always quite conscious of what I used to do, how I used to speak, how I looked, and all of that, until there were some situations that happened in my family that forced me to step up. There were some tragic situations that happened, and I completely decided to change myself. I decided to just go all out and do things that I had not done earlier. And that led me towards developing myself personally. So I invested upon myself, I immersed myself into personal development. I realized my calling, which is to be a coach. I realized I loved speaking about money, passive income, how you can make multiple sources of income, how you can be fearless, limitless about money. And that's what I chose basically to pursue in my life. I wrote a book in the year 2022, which is 100%, which was specifically for women. But there is a lot that men can also take out of it because the core remains the same. And I have shared it with each one of you. I hope some of you started reading it and could get some insights from that already. And yep, that's the journey that I have followed from my childhood up until today. I have coached a lot of people around how they can build money mindset, how they can come out and build a business for themselves. I also give one-on-one and group mentorship of how people can become a coach, since I have been doing it for quite a while now and have a pretty much idea how people get into this domain. All right, so yep, that's a bit about me, but a lot about you that we need to speak about in the next 3 days, because it's going to be more about you and very less about me in the next 3 days. So I want to ask you if you are excited to remove all those, because I have realized over a period of time that it's just the emotional baggages. And when I say emotional baggages, the weight of all the negative emotions around money that we have been carrying for a very, very, very long time, and that has been stopping us. That is my analysis and the people I have worked with in the past few years, where I have realized that it's just the emotional baggages that we need to remove. And once we are rid of all those negative beliefs and emotions, things just start happening for us in just a click. So, are you excited? Type a yes. I know you are, but I want you to type it so that it's reinforced in your mind again and again and again and again, and we all come into that positive energy just at the start of the session. Amazing, I can see everybody is writing a yes. So perfect. Samsung, SM, Anurag, Vijay, Lakshmi, Deepa, AKB, Poonam, Ajay, Sanchi, Vishali, Madhusudan, Samina, Murlia. Very, very, very good. So happy that everybody is there, everybody is interacting. Let me quickly tell you a few principles about money to basically warm you up a little bit about money. Money loves speed, guys. If if anybody here has been waiting for years and years and years to take action, money is not going to come unless we are speedy with things. If you look at people, I'm not saying you have to just carelessly go out and risk and, don't think and just spend your money. That's not the point. The point here is to actually take action and not just wait for the right day, that, a day will come when I will know everything, when I will be perfect at things, and only then I will do. That day never actually comes. That's just a myth that, perfectionists are the ones who rule the world. No, nobody is perfect. And the people, the sooner, I mean, this is something that's quite obvious also, the sooner you take action, the sooner, of course, you would get results, right? The sooner you would be able to actually attain what you want to achieve in your life. So let's be speedy with things. Let's not just waste time thinking a lot before doing something. It's better to do something and then see how it works or it does not work, right? I mean, I work that way. My mentor taught me something, that don't make best the enemy of better. So I have kept that in my mind always, that I will not wait to be the best until I can do something. I know this presentation that I'm giving to you right now may not be the best I can do in the world, but if I wait for the best, that will never come. So I'm quite speedy at things. It loves energy. Money loves energy. So, and again, you would have seen that the people who are amazingly rich, let's say you speak about Jeff Bezos, you speak about Bill Gates, you speak about, anyone actually who is very rich, you would have encountered that they have amazing energy. They have amazing energy. You would never see them dull. You would never see them low on life. You would never see them. Do you think they would not have issues in their life, or they would not have had issues when they were started? No. But they all possess amazing energy, and that's the vibe that we get from those people, right? Just that we don't know anyone personally as such, right? Who is a billionaire, probably. But we would have seen their videos, we would have seen them in, giving speeches, we would have seen them doing TED talks or so on and so forth, like so amazing talks, and we just love the energy, the vibe we get from them. So imagine if we can get that energy within us, wouldn't we fall in love with ourselves and the person that we want to become? So let's be energetic from today. I can also be dull with you because it's 5:30 in the morning, right? Not a lot of people love to get up and just be energetic at 5:30, but that's what creates the difference. Money loves imperfection. Again, as I said, let's not wait to be perfect, because I will ask you to take a lot of actions in these 3 days. I would ask you to answer a few questions. Don't bring into your mind that I don't know it yet. I'm not perfect at it yet. So I will only do it when I'm perfect. For instance, suppose anyone here would be, I think if you all are here with me, I can just make an assumption that you all want to make more money in your life, for which you would definitely need to maybe have more skills, learn more skills, or if you have skills, hone them, work upon them, take action upon them, learn sales, learn marketing. If you want to grow into your job, learn some skills, how you can project yourself better in front of your boss. So eventually you will have to learn a lot of things, but don't wait to be perfect at it before you do something about it. That's what I mean to say. If you want to create content on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, for your business, for your product, for your services, for yourself as a brand, don't wait to be the perfect public speaker. Don't wait to be the perfect video editor. Don't wait to be the perfect marketer. Don't wait to be the to look perfect before you come on camera, to speak perfectly before you, because that criteria can never be fulfilled. Never, ever, ever will our mind say that today I am the best and I will do things and I cannot improve from there. No, we are constantly improving every day. So we can never be the perfect self of ourselves, right? Today is the perfect self, no matter however we are. Money loves action. Again, action is the word we need to live by, because it's the only way we can make money. The only and only and only and only way is not some get rich quick scheme, is not just somebody comes and says कि मैं एक का double कर दूंगी या कर दूंगा, and we just agree and money making is so easy without us doing anything. Of course, no, we all are adults here and we all know that money loves action. Only if we do something about it will money come back to us, right? Somebody can only come and guide us. Somebody can only handhold us and push us, make us, maybe inspire us, maybe motivate us, maybe give us the willpower to move forward. But nobody will really work for us, right? Nobody will take action for us. Nobody will do everything for us that's required. We can employ people, but still our work will not be zero. It's not like we'll employ 5 people and they'll do everything for us and we would be like, wow, everything is happening automatically. Not at least in the beginning, for the first few years, right? So action is the word to live by, and money loves gratitude. It loves being thankful for what you have, so that God knows that this person is thankful for what he or she has and totally deserves to have more than that, right? If we are like, आज तो हम 1 लाख ही कमाते हैं, that's it, 1 लाख में क्या ही होता है, 50K में क्या ही होता है, then there are high chances that even when we are making 2 lakh, 3 lakh, 5 lakh, 1 crore, we would be a thankless person, because expenses would be again more, our wishes would increase, our desires would increase, our spendings would increase, and we would be a thankless person. Like, so why not be thankful even if we are not making the amount of money that we would love to make in our life? Coming to a very amazing thing that again I heard some time back and I decided to put it here. That is, we may think that money is pure math, but money is an emotion. Money, maybe we were taught in our school that it's all about calculations, plus, minus, multiply, divide, all those things that we learned. But as we grew up, as the reality struck, as we became adults, as we started earning, as the as we, basically came in touch with the actual reality of the world, we realized that money is much more than that, isn't it? Money can make us feel secure, or money can make us feel anxious, stressed out, depressed. A lot of things, a lot of emotions. How many of you are able to relate with this? That money is not just about numbers. It's much, much, much beyond than that. I mean, it sort of creates a lot in our life. Even if we would not want to, money controls a lot of things in our life. A lot of people say money cannot buy happiness. Don't run behind money. Money may not be able to buy happiness, but money does buy things that make us happy, isn't it? So in a way, money is buying happiness for us. Money, attachment to money causes sadness. It's not attachment to money. It's like, if you don't have money, obviously the things would not work in your family. You would not be able to give to your children the way you would love to give back to them. That will cause stress in you. That will, you know, make you say negative things about yourself. That will decrease your self worth. That will decrease your worthiness in your own eyes. That will make you a sad person, a depressed person, a person who does not want to go out, meet people. So, money has a lot of implications in our life. We may agree, we may not agree, but people around us, people who probably are not really knowing much about money, may say statements such as, why are you running behind money? Why are you so selfish that you always just speak about money and want more money in your life? But the truth is that we all want money, because only that can bring us the lifestyle that we all want to live, right? Even if, let's say, we don't want a very materialistic life, assuming we don't want money because we want to buy, let's say, an Audi or Mercedes. Not everybody wants money for that. At least I don't. I mean, I honestly have don't no aspirations of buying a luxury car or so. A basic car is okay for me and my daily needs. At least not right now I need it. So it's not like that. But it's always better to make money, because eventually that can help you. If not for yourself, if not for your family, you can help the people out there, right? Make money for them, the people who cannot do it themselves. So eventually, it does not just solve your financial needs, it solves our emotional needs. It solves our needs when it comes to people around us, right? So ultimately, yes, a lot of people said that they did understand the feeling behind this quote here. Let me ask you, what is the emotion, the first emotion that you feel about money right now? And that will entirely be driven by, and you can write it in the chat box, and that will entirely be driven by the kind of money situation you are in today. I have heard answers such as, it makes me afraid, it makes me fearful, it gives me stress because they are in loan, a lot of loan they have, they are in debt, they are not having enough money to go by daily, they don't have any savings, they don't have any investments. But people who feel secure about money also say we feel happy about our current money situation. So what is the emotion that you have right now in this moment, for which you are here in this session for, right? All right, so I'm getting fear, happiness, top of the world, abundance, stressed, happy, grateful, anxious, anxiety, sorry, excited, grateful, sense of security, fear. All right. Mm, perfect. So why I'm saying asking this is because we are here because this workshop, if you've read enough of what was there on my page, this workshop is specifically for a lot of money blocks that a lot of people have, due to which they are not able to make as much money as they would want to in their life. And I realized, I mean, over a period of time, there are three major money blocks, because there are lots of money blocks actually, but it all comes down to three major ones that I would be discussing with you in the next 3 days, which I will just come to in a while. But before that, like, this is again something that you know, my mentor only was discussing somewhere, and it also hit me that money can come to anyone. Literally anyone on this earth can make money. That's true. They just have to, look out for ways. And I'm not saying they have to be millionaires or billionaires. I'm just speaking about normally that money can come to anyone, right? But still, it won't come to everyone. It won't come to everyone. I mean, the whole dynamics of the world will be shifted if everybody becomes rich, if everybody is wealthy. That cannot be true, right? There will always be those few people on the top, and there will always be a lot of people on the bottom. Right. So it's not like everybody can become rich. But why? Why will everyone not become rich? Again, because of the mindset that a lot of people, majority people, do not have. Majority people, when I say 90 to 95% people, will see, everybody would want to make money on the face of it, at least. The reasons may be very different, but everybody would be saying that yes, we do want to make money in our life, but not everybody will be ready to take the actions that are required. But why will they not be ready to take the actions? Because they will not have the mindset that is required to be making money. And that's what we are here for, to form the mindset that is required. So I also started observing. So since I also grew up in a family where I saw a lot of scarcity. I mean, my father, as I was telling you, used to run a confectionery shop. Okay, so a general store sort of a shop. It was something that he used to run. My mother was very educated, but since my father used to stay ill, he had arthritis. So a lot of time he was in pain because arthritis does not really have a cure, and he did not have a lot of money to be able to spend on therapies and so on that's required. So he used to take very cheap medicines and all, just so that the pain could be relieved, so that he could sit at his shop and provide for his family. So he worked for, like, I saw him going to the shop every day at 6 a.m. in the morning and used to come back at like 10:30. So that's like 16, 17 hours of work every single day, no break. At least we corporate people have Saturdays and Sundays, but he had no break. So I have seen him working very hard all his life, despite being ill, despite being in pain. And when there was festival time, like Diwali, Holi, and all, so we know that in India, shopkeepers are like, they expand their shop even more. because they have to keep firecrackers, they have to keep those gulal and all. So he used to work a lot more, like 1 2 a.m. tak he used to sit at his shop. And I saw him working very hard. And I would still have been very happy if he had money after working so hard. If he was like, having fortune, or he was able to spend money on himself, take care of himself, give money to my mother to be able to live a lavish life. If that was still there, we would have still accepted that, after working 16, 17 hours, a person is really making a lot of money. But no, he was in debt. He was not taking care of his health. We could not even ask for him of any small wishes that we had, like buying a badminton racket as a child, buying a bicycle. I remember my brother never got a bicycle in his childhood. He just kept asking my father, and he never had money to buy him. So I saw in my childhood, why I'm telling you this, because when something happens like this in our childhood or in our past experience, that sort of shapes us as a person, that sort of conditions something within us. And I grew up thinking that making money is very difficult and becoming rich is very difficult, because when I have seen a person working so hard, still not making any money, so as a child, what would be the conditioning that will go into your mind? That the person is working so hard, so hard, so hard, not spending time with us. We never saw our father, because I mean, he used to go to his shop before we went to school, and at night when we were almost about to sleep after dinner, that is when he came back to home. So, and all 7 days the same routine. So we had to go to shop, sit with him for a few hours to just, you know have some time with our own father. And despite that, no money, debt, problems, health issues. My mother sacrificed so much to take care of the shop along with him, nothing good happening. So that sort of, brought that belief into my own mind that making money is very difficult. And then when I started working upon myself in the later years, when things started changing, and I realized that it's all just a conditioning that I've received. I need to get rid of these negative issues that I am having in my mind, and that's just a conditioning that I received. But I realized a lot of other people around me also had same conditioning that they had received, if not in the childhood, in the adulthood. They grew up in such a way that their family said things such as making money is bad, making money is very difficult, it's not for middle class people, it's only for those chosen rich people who have the skills, right? Middle class people are meant to stay middle class, poor are meant to stay poor. If they are born in a family which is poor, they have no exposure in their childhood to, what do you think, like a child who is born in a slum, the conditioning that he or she would receive versus the conditioning that Anant Ambani would have received. A stark difference, right? That's a whole together different game, because his parents would have taught him something so different in his childhood versus, I'm not saying that the slum person or child cannot dream, but the conditioning, the family atmosphere, what he or she would have seen their parents doing for money, struggling, would be very different from what he or she would have seen. And I'm not also saying that it's more easy for Anant Ambani and less easy for that slum. No, I'm simply saying that our conditioning drives our entire life. What we learn in our childhood, what we learn in our adulthood from people around us, somehow basically define our life for a very long time. But the best part about it is that it's just a belief, it's not a fact. Because if it was a fact, nobody would have been able to change it, right? Moon revolves around the earth revolves around the sun. This is a fact. Nobody can change it. At least in the next hundreds, thousands of years, this will not change unless somebody, a scientist, come and discover something else. But today it's a fact. But these are all our beliefs that are stopping us, such as making money is very difficult. I want to ask you people here that have you encountered this belief in your life, or you still hold this, that you try very hard, you work very hard, you saw your parents working very hard, depending upon whatever age you are at in the moment, you've worked very hard, your parents have worked very hard, and still not having money. And that sort of made you thinking that what's the point was, even if after working so much, like even if after working at 12 hours, 15 hours at my job, I'm not able to really fulfill all my desires, then what makes me think that in the next 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, I can make that much amount of money? Right? Let me see what you guys are saying. A lot of people are saying yes, partly insecurities kill us internally. Yes, 100%. How about others? Only five people have written. How about others? Have you felt this in your life also? What I am saying, I felt, and I saw a lot of people around me also are holding this particular belief that it's very difficult. It's very difficult. I mean, कैसे होगा, हमसे कैसे होगा? There may be people who can do it, but मुझसे कैसे होगा? How will I be able to do it? For 50K, for 1 lakh of a job, I need to struggle, make 12, 15 hours at my work. If I really want to make 10 lakh a month, I will have to put 10 times of the effort. How will I be able to ever do that? Because I don't have that much amount of time. I don't have that much amount of energy, isn't it? So a lot of people think like that. So probably you're not alone in that, right? After working for 18, 19 hours for past 15, 16 years, have given up. You've not given up. That's why you're here, right? Not taking actions. My family, friends, teachers, users used to tell me that it's never easy to make money. So they used to tell you that it's never easy to make money, Jagbir, and that sort of got into your head that you started believing in it. That's the harm that all of these things, cause us. And that's what we have to remove. Simple. So, since a lot of you are saying that you heard it from friends, we saw it in movies, we saw it from our parents, we experienced it firsthand from our colleagues, and so on, what have you done about it? I'm sure each one of us would have done at least one or two things, or four things, or seven things to try out that what how we can get rid of these issues in our life. We may have tried something, such as we may have tried affirmations, visualization. All of this is like self development stuff. I have done it personally on myself when I was just starting out. I tried affirmations, law of attraction, which is the secret that whatever you focus on, there the energy flows, right? Vision board, motivational videos, I think everyone watches to get that push, to get that, you know, धक्का मिल जाए थोड़ा सा, to move a little bit forward. That's what we need at times, right? So started my business doing well, but want to cross to next level. Amazing, Samina. Definitely you will. Motivational, yes, 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 all of these. So a lot of you would have tried a lot of that and much more, as you're saying. So people say we write money letters, people use goal cards, people do anything and everything possible so that money comes into their life. But these all do not stay for a very long time. I have seen that, you know, people do affirmations. I also used to do affirmations earlier, but there was always this issue that I never could really relate to affirmations. I mean, when I was not having any money and I was saying statements such as, I make money very easily, money comes just easily and effortlessly to me, I am a money magnet, it just does not seem to be true, right? It's like you're just trying to convince your brain of something that's it's not ready to believe, and your brain is always causing resistance. It's always saying that, Sonal, stop all of this bullshit, because it's not true. You are in debt. You know that you have money issues. What are you trying to convince me about? How are you saying you're a money magnet when you just keep losing money, right? So that is what was happening with me, and that is what you know happens with a lot of people. Please tell me that, have you also faced such issues that you're trying to visualize something and you're just not able to relate to it? because the picture that you're trying to see is not something you can just relate to, because that's not true for you today. Correct? That is what happens a lot of times. So, how do I get out of these situations then? I mean, I see motivational videos, I try to do affirmations, I visualize it, but that reality is just not looking to be true because my mind is constantly giving me that negative self talk. So, how do I get out of it? How do I then handle my negative emotions around money? So, there's this technique that I learned quite late in my life, but I have been practicing it for more than an year now. Before that, I was also doing these affirmations and everything. They do work. I will not say that these do not work. There are a lot of people who will teach you these things. You will see a lot of videos around it, but they don't create a permanent impact on us. That's the thing. And even if they do, they take ages and ages to create that impact, and we lose patience by that time. We we do affirmations for a few days, we see it does not work, we stop doing it. We visualize for a few days, we see motivational videos, we get that instant push for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, probably a day, and then that we forget it. I can bet on it that each one of you here who saw 12th fail would have felt by the end of the movie that if, that person, Manoj, right? That was the name, I think, could could work for like probably 21 hours a day and sleep for only 3 4 hours. I can also do that. I can reduce my sleep and work more and become like that, and that motivation would have come immediately. Anybody who would have seen that movie, it came to me also. I was like, I mean, I was mind blown for at least a day after that. That kept repeating in my mind, that moment when the result came and he went on his knees and he started crying. But that does not just stay. That's the problem, right? I mean, that's the issue, that we want something that really stays with us. And EFT, we call it tapping, we call it EFT, emotional freedom technique. That's a technique that I realized that is very common outside India, but in India, not a lot of people know about it. Not a lot of people are doing it actively, practicing it actively, or teaching it also. I don't know at least a lot of people in India who are teaching EFT, but this is something that has worked magic for me. And since I started practicing it in my own life, I saw a lot of gains. But the most important thing is not the financial gain, not the emotional gain or anything. The point here is that it created an impact, a deep impact on me, and it did not take that long as visualization and affirmation and all of these things take for us to stay permanent in our life. So this is something that I would love to teach you. So it works at two levels. EFT works at two levels. It works on your energy and it works on your emotions. What is EFT? Firstly, EFT is a technique where you tap on a few points in your body. A lot of you would have heard about acupuncture, right? Because it's a years old technique in which the needles are inserted on some points in our body, which are the energy centers. So all of this is scientific. I mean, you can of course read more about EFT later on at your own time, but this is a technique where you need to tap on 8 meridian points, which I'm just going to come in a short while and tell you that what are those points. You tap on those points, okay? Those are the energy centers. So when the as I was saying in the beginning, that money loves energy, and a lot of times when we are low on energy when it comes to money, we are low on emotions, we are having fears, we are having negative self talk about money, we are feeling less worthy about money, we are feeling that no matter what we do, we just can't make enough money. We need to realign the energy. Okay, to give you an example, let's say you would all have encountered that there are a few places where we go to, such as it may be a temple, it may be a mosque, a gurudwara, or any religious place as such. When you go to that religious place, you feel a different sort of a vibe. You feel a different sort of an energy. Have you encountered that? Have you felt that when you went to that place, it may be your own home also, that as soon as you enter your own home, you get that vibe that everything is all right. Everything is going to be fine. Your mind suddenly relaxes. Your mind does not have any burden. Your mind is like that there is a force much beyond me which is going to guide me. Have you felt that sort of energy, that sort of vibe somewhere? Like vibrations, high frequency, definitely. So there is something such as energy, and that energy exchange is always happening. And it's not just about places, it's about people also. There are people we vibe with, there are people we don't just vibe with, there are people we do not even want to spend 1 hour of our life with, right? Because we just get very negative energy from them. It's not like the person is bad, nobody is bad or good. It's like we don't relate to them, we just don't feel like staying with them. We feel that the energy that we had when we met them is reducing when we are staying with them. But on the contrary, there are people who we can spend hours with without even realizing that we spent hours with, because they just give us so positive energy. They just make us, that's the sort of energy I feel with my coach. That's the sort of energy I feel with only a very few people in my life who are like constantly buzzing with energy. And when I get in touch with them, I become a different person altogether. So, how about we can, or we can have that sort of energy within us only, right? The energy that we feel other people give us, how about we can realign our own energy and become the person that we want to become? And EFT helps us become that. That when we are feeling low on energy, when we are feeling that our emotions are not at the right place, we are feeling quite down, quite negative, like giving up, as AKB you said. What's your full name, by the way? So, is it? Yep. So, whenever we are feeling that way, we can just tap for a few minutes, right? And just by tapping for a few minutes, okay, Ankit. Okay, so you are Ankit. Perfect. So when you just tap for a few minutes, you feel very different sort of an energy. All right. So that's where EFT tapping comes into play. Why does it work? And why does it, now you would be like, we can we can do affirmations also, right? What's so different about EFT that EFT will work better than those techniques? Why it works better is because affirmations, visualization, law of attraction, motivational videos, all of them are working on one principle, that you have to say positive things. It may not be even true for you today. You just have to say those positive things and believe in that, right? They all work on that principle. Law of attraction says don't focus on negative things. Don't don't focus on what's going wrong in your life. Just focus on positive and everything is going to be positive, right? That's a simple premise of all of those techniques. But EFT works differently from them. Why? Because when you start tapping, you first tap on building acceptance around whatever you are feeling today. If you're feeling depressed today, if you're feeling anxious today, if you're feeling low on energy, you don't feel like doing anything, you just feel like कुछ नहीं रह गया करने के लिए इस धरती पे, you just accept whatever you are feeling right now, and then you move to reducing the resistance. Because only after you, because basically think of it as in such a way that you don't want your mind to be controlling you, rather you want to control your mind. You don't want your mind to be saying that nothing is left. You want to be saying to your mind that there is still a lot of life left. So it's just a shift in perspective, right? But if you directly start saying to your mind that I am the best, I will, I will rock this world, I can just slay, I can do anything, there are high chances your mind will never accept it. So first start saying statements such as, I think life is really difficult. I really think making money is very difficult. I have tried so much in the past, but things have not worked out for me still. Now, when you say such statements, your mind is like, yeah, 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 she's right. This is the difficulty, right, that we are facing. It may not be in English, you can see in whatever you can say in your mother tongue. Whatever feelings you have right now, you just say to yourself and tap along with it. So slowly, 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 you have to fool your mind basically. Okay. So you have to say things not exactly fool. I meant to say that you have to start with things that are true today and slowly move towards rewiring your mind. How do you rewire your mind? By again moving towards positive. So you don't have to start with step 3. You have to start with building acceptance, reducing the resistance that you have, and then finally moving towards what you want your mind to believe. And you tap along together with that. What points do you tap on? So is saying, say yes. If you see that, if you're already seeing that there is a difference in which EFT works as compared to the other techniques that you may have practiced in the past. Say yes in the chat box if you are slowly grasping at least how EFT is working differently. And just in like 1 or 2 or maximum 5 minutes, we are going to practice EFT together. So you would get more gist of it, that what is this all about, right? Because a lot of you would have heard this for the first time. But all right, 100% yes. What are few EFT points? But before we go to that, I hope everybody said yes. So because I'm asking the next question now. How many of you have actually practiced EFT earlier? Type a yes or no. If you've practiced, say a yes. If not, say a no. Like if it's a entirely new concept for you, or a new term for you, or a new technique for you. Okay. All right. So let me see. A lot of you are saying no, but a lot of you are also saying yes. Once, okay. Once means it would still not have created a lot of difference. No, yes, never, yes. New to me. Perfect. So for a lot of you, it's new. So to tell you, there are 8 meridian points plus one karate chop point. So we call it karate chop point. This we do karate like this, right? So this is the point. All right, here, the fleshy part of your skin. Again, when we will be tapping, a lot of you would be like, why do we need to do it? Let's just hear her, like a motivational speaker, as if Sandeep Maheshwari is speaking, and we just have to sit and hear and feel that life is going to change. No, life is going to change if you tap. So I would really urge that when we start tapping after these points, so please see carefully that what are the points that I'm showing to you, and we will tap on these points, because that is this whole workshop about. If you don't take these last 15 minutes seriously, there's no point, to be honest, of attending this, because EFT is something that I would really love for you to experience in your life. All right. So the 8 meridian points start with. So first is the karate chop point as it shows, and then 2 to 9 are the 8 points. Starting with hair, which is the eyebrow point, as you can see on this girl's eyebrow. Okay. So the points are on both the sides. It depends on what hand you use majorly. If you're a right-handed person, do it with right hand. If you're a lefty, do it with your left hand. So eyebrow. Second is side of the eye, where your eye just ends. Third, as you can see, is under the eye. So for those wearing specs, you can do a little bit like inside your specs. And then fourth is below the nose. Fifth is below the lips on your chin. Sixth is collarbone. As you can see, like, of course, collarbones are also this way. So you can do on either one side. And then seventh is not exactly under the arm, a little bit under the arm, like almost 4 inches under the arm. And then eighth is top of the head. So basically, there are 8 points that you have: one, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we go in a flow. So I will say statements and you will listen to me and tap along, because you cannot repeat it so fast. Because when I will be saying, I will move on to the next point. So you may not be able to say it along with me, but listen to it. Do sort of a guided, like we do guided meditation, right? Where somebody else is asking us to do some things and we are focusing on those parts of our body. Same way, do guided tapping along with me. I will guide you. I will say statements, but you tap along with me. Okay? All right. What's coming in the chat box? I will tell. Otherwise, anyway, if you just Google points, you would get a lot of pictures. Let me stop sharing my screen. But yeah, let me tell you something before I stop sharing. I also want you to bring the issue to your consciousness before we tap. Because that's the most important thing about tapping. When you will read about it, when you will see YouTube videos about it, you would realize that you first always bring the issue to your consciousness, because a lot of thoughts may be going on right now in your mind, and we don't want to tap on all of those thoughts. We just want the core issue to be solved, right? And we want that by tapping, that core issue's intensity should come down. We should not feel as bad as we were feeling earlier before we started tapping. So let's, everybody here, I would encourage, please write it in the chat box that what's that one issue that you face today due to which you're not able to take action because you've been worrying a lot that making money is very difficult. What's that issue that you face in your life which you're here for in the workshop, but mainly focusing around making money is difficult no matter how much I try, something on those lines. And then also rate the intensity between 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. That 10 means that you're absolutely not able to do anything about it, it's just too hard for you to do something, right? And 1 being low, that it's not that, I don't think it's really a big issue for me at the moment. All right, so you have social media. All right. Social media is an issue for you. So you're not able to create content on social media. Closing contracts, worthiness, social media 8, not taking action, leads. All right. Closing advance. Mm-hmm. Take action with 2 children. Okay, Lavanya. Taking correct decisions, self doubt. Mm-hmm. 8, not able to manage funds to start my thing. All right. I never worried that I can make money, but I always had little more than enough. Okay. 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 Recovering losses, payment do not come on time, social media. Okay. Got it. Let's start tapping on your issues. I have stopped sharing my screen and we will start tapping. Please do tap along with me, even if you find it little uncomfortable, difficult, funny, whatever. That's okay. Nobody is judging. All right. And we do not even need to care if anybody is judging. भाड़ में जाए है ना. Let's just start tapping. Let's start tapping with the karate chop point. All right. And the karate chop point is the setup statement where we accept how we are feeling today. So let's start. Even though today I find making money very difficult, I still choose to love and honor and respect myself. Even though I feel like making money is not for me and I don't really have all the skills that I need to have, I still choose to love and honor and respect myself. Even though I feel that it's impossible to make money, no matter how hard I try, I don't think so I can ever make it. I still choose to love and honor and respect myself. All right. So now that we have accepted ourselves, let's start tapping from the remove the mic. All right, let's start tapping from the eyebrow point. I have always seen scarcity all around me. In my childhood, in my adulthood, starting from my childhood to my adulthood, I have always seen that my parents used to work so hard. I have worked so hard all my life, but there never seems to be enough money. There are always issues with money. There are fears with money. There are limiting beliefs around money that I hold. And somehow, over a period of time, from my own experiences, from experiences I saw in my own family, from my friends, from my colleagues, I started believing that probably making money is not for me. That probably it's too hard. It's too difficult. It's almost impossible. Maybe it's not meant for me. And this belief has kept me restricted for so long now, has kept me limited for so long now. No matter how back I look in time, I realize today that this belief that I have been holding, that making money is very difficult, that I'm too afraid to be making it, I don't have the skills to be making it, has kept me restricted, has kept me limited, has kept me not going full out to my fullest potential. But today I'm getting a clarity around it. I'm becoming aware about it, that it's just a belief that I'm holding. It's not a fact, it's just a belief. It's not true. It does not need to be true for me. It does not need to define my reality. It's not who I am. And so I decide to change this belief today. I decide to be fully aware that if I continue on this trajectory, nothing is going to work out for me. And so I decide to change this belief today. All right. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Perfect. So slowly your mind is, at least, I hope nobody's mind gave resistance up until right now. Because we were simply stating the truth. We were simply stating how we feel today. How we feel it's impossible, it's difficult, it's too difficult, it's too much work, it's too much effort, probably not for me. Right? Slowly, we will move towards actually training our mind to what we want it to believe, right? So that the intensity we started with can come down a lot more, right? Let's start. Let's start with round number 2 of tapping. Now that I'm aware that these beliefs have been restricting me, have been stopping me, and it's just in my head, it's not really as difficult as I'm thinking that it is. I think I will start working upon it. I think I have already lost a lot of opportunities that came my way just because I thought I was not capable enough. Just because I thought it's too difficult for me and probably not for me. I have lost too much in my life. And the worst thing that I have lost in my life is my time. My time, which will never come back. But I also know that I need to deserve to give myself that second chance because nobody else is going to give that for me, right? Nobody else is going to work for me. And in life, any day of our life, we just have two choices. Choice number one, to give in to our fears, to give in to our beliefs, and regret. Regret at the end of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Because when we will look back in time, we would realize that our fears were not that huge. Probably we could have done something about it. At least there could have been that 1% possibility of a change, but we were too afraid to take that risk. But we were too afraid to really work on that. And that is why we did nothing. We just simply believed that yes, it's too difficult. Yes, it's too very difficult. It's just impossible. It's just not meant for me. We gave on to it. Or the second choice that we always have any day is to believe in the possibility that there's still a chance. Because if it was really impossible, if making money was really very difficult, then there would not have been a single person also who would have made it, right? And I'm not speaking about the people who got it from their parents or grandparents. I'm speaking about the self made individuals. There would not have been a single self made individual, right? But that cannot be true because in every family who has went on to become rich or wealthy has that first person who took that initiative, isn't it? No matter how back I look in time, there would have been that one person who took that initiative, who struggled, who faced rejections, who did things which were very unconventional, but was the one who changed the entire history of his or her family. Can I not look at that person? Can I not take a little bit of inspiration from that person? Because that's what my life deserves, right? My life deserves that chance. If I have come on this earth, I understand there has to be something good that I can bring to this world. And that is what I decide to trust on from today. That is what I will work from today. It's just a simple shift in perspective that I need. That's it. Just a simple shift in perspective, and actually everything can change. That's what I decide to be from today. All right. Let's close your eyes and take a deep breath. All right. Let me ask you, I will go into a third round of tapping, but before that, what is the intensity right now for how you started? I mean, probably 10 to wherever it is right now. So, what did you start with? Where is it right now? The intensity of the feeling that you had. Let's see, let's track that, how it's reducing. Yes, Anurag, it feels funny at the start because you're just starting out, but it is creating an impact, right? You started with 7 and you came down to 4. 8 to 5, 10 to 5. Even if it has come from 10 to 9, isn't it an amazing shift in just 5 minutes of tapping? What if we can do this every day? What kind of a shift can it bring in our life with the compound effect that it will bring? That's what we need to look at, right? That's the bigger picture. Nobody's life has changed in one day. It all starts with one day, and then of course it changes. I don't intend to be a motivational speaker here, please. I just want to give you that push to trust in the tapping process, and don't just you can see that in just a few minutes. If it's creating an impact, of course the long term impact can be much better, right? Perfect. 10 to 8, that's a amazing shift, Ankit, right? Let's start with the third round of tapping, and let's go. Now that I've decided that I will be a different person altogether, I actually plan to implement it in my life. I realize that the biggest reason I have been having the fear that making money is difficult is because probably I don't know today how to make money. Probably I don't have the right kind of skill set today that's required out of me to make money. Probably I'm not yet there. I have not tried everything out there that's required. That is what is causing that belief in me that making money is very difficult. But I have seen it that a lot of people who did not have any skills went on to learn the skills. So, what makes me believe that I cannot learn all of those skills? And there are so many free resources available from where I can start learning, even if I do not have money today. Why am I stuck in my parents' time? Because that time was very different. At that time, there was no internet. There were not many facilities available. But today, I have everything just a click away. I have internet, I have Google, I have social media. I can reach out to anybody literally in this world I want to just in a minute's time. And still, I'm scared when I have all the opportunities all around me. When I just need to tap on all of those opportunities, still, I'm afraid. No, I decide not to be. I decide to capitalize upon all the opportunities that are available all around me. I'm living in a time where I can absolutely choose any career. I don't just need to choose those conventional methods that were relevant in my parents' time. I absolutely can change it. I know it will look difficult, but isn't everything difficult on day one? Isn't everything difficult when we just start doing it? But slowly it starts becoming easy because we start learning it, because we start becoming better at it. And that slowly things become easy. Not everything remains difficult forever. So today I decide to embrace this sort of a perspective in my life. Rather than looking at problems, I decide to become a person who will look at solutions because that is what I want to be. I don't want to be a person who is constantly cribbing, complaining, sad, afraid, fearful, stressed, anxious. No, I hate that personality of mine. I just don't want to be that person. I don't want to be limited. I want to be limitless. I want to be fearless. If God has sent me on this earth and has made me aware of my issues and I also know how I can solve them, I think I have something. I think I need to work upon it. I need to change myself. And that is what I will do. I just need that shift in perspective from problems to solutions. And that's it. That's the solution to everything. That's how I will change. And from today, I decide to be an action taker. I decide to take action, be it imperfect. I decide to focus on progress rather than perfection. That's who I decide to be. And slowly and slowly, making money would not look as difficult as I have been believing it to be. So today, I know that there's a huge possibility, and I'm actually feeling so relaxed right now, feeling so relieved that it's just a belief. It's not the reality for me. Whatever I'm feeling today is not the reality, it's just a belief. And that's such an empowering thought that I can change it. Every belief can be changed, every belief can be reshaped. And I promise to reshape this belief. I promise to start believing that making money is not as difficult as I think that it is. All right, close your eyes and take a deep breath and relax. Perfect. What's the intensity like now? Has it come down a little bit further, or are you still there where you started with? Would love to know in the chat box. All right. Feeling open to receive, feeling more confident. Anurag, I was seeing you. You were full on, like saying the statements alongside. Perfect. 10 to 2, feeling more confident, feels better. 10 to 8, feeling immediately to do action. Then take an action, ma'am, right now. Just that the session is almost getting over. And that's the next step, actually, to not lose this energy that we've just got together and just go to sleep again. There will be people who would be like, we did not even sleep at night because we were like, not sleeping is easier than getting up at 5:30, right? But I would really encourage to please don't sleep on this energy, to please do something about it. Please take one small action today towards something that you've not done for long because you considered it too difficult. It may be, I've heard people saying that we joined a yoga class, which may not directly be related to money, but indirectly it is. That when you do yoga, you feel better, you feel healthier, you feel more energetic, you feel like doing something about money. So that is a definite action as well. It may be any small action that you take. Someone said that they are too afraid to go to social media. I would say do it scared. Go create one post. It can be the worst post of your life, but create it, right? Because that worst post will at least get you started. Someone said that they are too afraid to do sales calls. Take one small step. Don't do any sales call. Sales call, take a Word file and just write your sales script. It can be a bad script, but please take one small action, because this is what you need to do. I mean, this is what basically your EFT, practicing EFT will make you feel better every day. How many of you we're just almost finishing the class for today, the session for today actually. Uh, how many of you would do this task? Type a yes, and please, please, please stay on your commitment. Don't just type a yes to make me or yourself happy, to give yourself that ego boost. No. If you're saying a yes, please actually use this energy. All right, that you've just got, and use it the entire day. Stay energetic. People around you should be like, wow, what has come into you today? They should feel that difference in you. That's the magic that you need to create, right? That whoever you meet, you just bless them with this energy that you just got. All right, a lot of people are saying yes, which is amazing. I can read the chat later on, and I can also see on the group how many of you actually did it. So please, let's actually do it. And with that, we almost come to the end of the session. I will stop sharing my screen. And I will share the screenshot also on the group, that what is the task that you need to do. But there's another thing that I would love to give to you all, that is a free ebook for coming here and joining me today, but only to people who are action takers, not to everyone. And that will be that, let's take a selfie here. Let's take a selfie of you and me together, of us four, or many of us. If you can connect, that will be amazing. Like, you can come on video. Take a screenshot or a selfie. Anything is good. If you're on laptop, you can take a screenshot and just post it on social media and tag me at sonalvadwa_18, or on Facebook if you're not on Instagram, and probably just share a little bit about your experience, and I will share that ebook with you. It can be, if you're not someone who's very fond of writing, you can simply just post a picture also. Don't write anything, just tag me. All right. Let me also take a screenshot. Smiling faces. Amazing. So let's I think I missed Deep. Yeah, a lot of you are coming on video. Let's just take a few seconds. Everybody who wants to come on video, please come so that I can tag as many of you as possible, at least whoever I'm able to find on Instagram. Perfect. And you all can also tag me and let's just share this energy together, right? Perfect. Let's meet again tomorrow, guys, at 5:30 a.m. again. So, Ankit, it's a difficult task for you, right, to get up early morning, but I'm so happy that you took that challenge and came live along with us. And for a lot more of you, it may be difficult, but I hope I see you all again tomorrow with such happy faces. And yep, keep practicing EFT, keep taking care of yourself. Bye bye. Take care.